Hey guys, this is Alex Nankivell, and this is the final whistle.
Kia ora, now my hoki me ki te Rugby Connection presents the final whistle. Kota, Matao, Manahiri, Iwi, Aki, Niko, Alex Nankivell, Ti Watu, Apango, Maori. There you go. How is that?
Yeah, mate, that's pretty good, eh? Pretty good. Maori's a pretty tough language to pronounce, to be fair, if you don't really know. So no, pretty good. I understand hardly any of it, but that's good. Good work. I don't actually know any Maori really, just the basic greeting. No, that was impressive. That was impressive. I couldn't do that.
I proper studied it because I was like, I'm going to show off for our guest.
No, that's awesome, mate. Thanks for having me on.
It's all good. For those that didn't know what I said hello and welcome to the Rugby Connection presents the final whistle. This week's guest, Maori All Blacks superstar and Chiefs rising star, Alex Nankivell. Alex, thank you for coming on.
No worries, mate. It's good to have a yarn with you.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute blast. I mean, you've got so many fan questions coming in, so big old popular guest.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but it's cool. It's very cool.
Start nice and easy. We asked all our guests this. What actually got you into rugby in the first place?
Well, as you probably know, being a Kiwi, mate, like rugby's massive in New Zealand, like a massive rugby culture, and people live and breathe it here. But it was actually my old man. He pretty much got me into it when my parents when I was 5 years old. So I picked up a rugby ball probably earlier, but I started playing when I was 5 years old down in Christchurch, there at Christchurch Rugby Football Club. And then just loved it. I've always loved sport. I did a lot of different stuff when I was younger. So if it wasn't for my parents, I probably would be doing something else. But yeah.
No, that's fair enough. I think kind of similar. My dad was a big rugby guy, and there was only ever rugby on in the house. I've never seen my dad actually watch any other sport.
Yeah. So it's a bit similar, to be fair. Bit similar, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I was born in the wrong country though, because I would happily live and breathe rugby. So
yeah. Well, whereabouts are you, Scotland?
Scotland, yeah.
Yeah. Is it not the same over there? Is it?
No, it is popular, but for some reason, football or
yeah,
you call it football, not soccer. Yeah, football over here is very popular, which I'm very confused with because I always thought that the national sport is based on success.
Yeah.
So that by that logic, it should be tennis that we're good at, nothing else.
Andy Murray.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree, but yeah.
Say that again, Alex?
I would have to agree with you. Like the sport that would be most successful in your country or competing internationally. Yeah.
Yeah, but football's the most popular, and we're nowhere near good at football. So I don't know. Don't know how it works. We've got a question from the Black Jersey asking, how's the toe? And they explained that they met you in a training session once and a fullback stood on you.
Yeah, I've met the bloke that runs that page. I can't remember his name, but he's a bloody good man. He come to our captain's run. It was before we played the Brumbies, and I was limping around captain's run because I had a massive what do you call it, bruise under my toenail, like a hematoma under my toenail. One of the junior boys, like the under-20s boys, they come in and train with us full time. He ran a sled into my toe in the gym on our Thursday before training. So he did it in the gym in the morning, and it just swelled up over the next few days. And I got it drained a couple of times. I got it drained before the game, and that just made a massive difference. They just released all the pressure. So it's actually, I'm looking at it now, it's not looking too flash. It's about to fall off, but no, the toe's good.
Fair enough. It's when he asked, because I was like, I've been speaking to him back and forth the past 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, we've got Alex coming on. Do you want to ask him any questions? And he's like, yeah, ask how his toe is. I was like, I hope he understands what that means, because that's such a very specific question.
Yeah. Luckily.
Yeah. Glad to know that's all good.
Thanks, mate.
Obviously, you have represented the Maori All Blacks before. What is it like to pull on such a cultural important jersey?
So it's probably a little bit different for me because I didn't find out my whakapapa till just recently. So that's like pretty much where you come from, like where your family's from. And in Maori culture, they've got like maraes, and then it goes to like sub tribes, and then the big iwi, which is kind of like, how would you break it down? Like a city, suburb, and then like the house you live in, or the community house. So I didn't find that out till a few years ago. So for me, I kind of probably didn't have that same feeling growing up as like my dad always identified as Maori, but we didn't necessarily know. So for me, it wasn't necessarily like one of those real things I was passionate about doing when I like grew up to be a rugby player. Like it was always the All Blacks for me. But then actually learning about where you come from, like it's pretty special. And we talk about it in camp. It's like you pulling on a superhero cape. It's kind of like the kind of analogy they used to, I don't know, make people understand what it would be like. But whenever I played for them, it's just, you just got no fear. You just go out there. You just play with confidence, and you never have any doubt in your mind, like of your team's ability, or that you're going to lose, or that you can't win the game. And it's a pretty cool and surreal feeling.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've always seen that it is very special, and I like to think that every Maori All Black can be an All Black, but not every All Black can be a Maori All Black.
Yeah, potentially if you took away the where you come from part of it, potentially, like as I guess they talk about mana, which is like, it's like a respect thing. So there's I guess you got to have that to be in, as well as being like, you obviously got to be Māori in the first place. But yeah, I probably haven't played enough games and spent enough time in the environment to talk about that. But yeah,
that's fair. More caps to come then. Fingers crossed.
hopefully, yeah. Hopefully.
I did want to do the Maori introduction as well, just because there's like a very small percentage of my heritage that's Maori because of
cool.
I don't know if you studied it, the Highland clearances. So like way back, God knows how long, like 300-400 years ago, all the clans in Scotland, or majority of them, got shunted out from the Highlands of Scotland, and they emigrated to Australia, New Zealand, America. And essentially, if they married into Maori and have children, that's how it's done.
Yeah.
I got told that at school, and my teacher was very convincing, so I've never properly looked into it, but I believe her.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, that is quite interesting. Well, the main reason I found out my whakapapa was because I actually did a DNA test. And it wasn't one to check with my parents or my parents. It was more just to find out. I heard that because it does your genealogy, and it pretty much just compares your DNA strand to thousands of different strands they've taken, and apparently it's 99% accurate. So that's how we ended up finding my dad's family, because he was adopted, which is pretty special. But I did that, and you should do one of those. You'd probably find out quite a lot that you didn't know. Because I'm 53% Scottish, though, I reckon.
Oh, nice.
Could be related.
Probably somewhere down the line. Yeah, I think the way I see it, because I've never looked into it, I think I'm 50% Scottish. My grand's German, so that's like 25%, and then there's a 25% of whatever. Maori's in there, in that small 25% somewhere.
Oh, cool. That's
so
pretty cool, bro.
Probably gonna be weird, or it's gonna be probably like Maori, Asian, Indian, or something. I don't know where it's gonna come up something totally daft, and it'll catch me off guard, but who knows? We've actually got another fan question. It's from Sammy Joe Johnson, asking, are you hoping to play for the All Blacks?
Yeah, obviously, that's like my dream, to play for the All Blacks, and Yeah, 100%. I'm in a bit of a tough. Yeah, sorry. I'm in a bit of a tough position with the Chiefs. Obviously, I play with Quinn and Anton Leonard-Brown, Quinn Tupai and Anton Leonard-Brown. So I guess for me, like, there was opportunity to go to other teams or go overseas after this year. But I want to stay. I'm going to stay next year, have another year with the Chiefs to pursue that dream, and then just leave with no regret, I guess, and hopefully competing against two of the best midfielders in the world. That's only just going to make me better. So hoping it does, and then if I can kind of get some sort of role within them and some sort of rotation or a few cameos off the bench, that I can kind of keep pushing my case to be in that team. But obviously, the depth there, that like in the All Blacks, is pretty unreal, and the depth for midfielders and New Zealanders, you probably wouldn't really find that in many other places in the world. So I'm pretty content with the decision that if I don't make it, there's some awesome opportunities overseas. Potentially come to Scotland, mate. Go to France, Japan, the UK, Ireland, and play rugby over there and compete at a high level too.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, if it didn't work out, is there any team you would like to sign for? Is there any teams in the world that's catching your eye at the moment?
It'd be pretty cool to go to like one of the big ones, like Leicester, Leinster, Munster, Glasgow.
No, wrong team for Scotland. Go to Edinburgh.
Are you Edinburgh? I've just got a few mates that have. I know Josh Mackay quite well. I played at school with them, so I guess kind of you want to go to a good side. I think for me, if I was to go after next year, I'd only be say 27 or 28. So I feel as though you're kind of still playing good rugby and you want to still be competing. So that kind of weighs into it a little bit. Then going to Japan, like I feel like you go to Japan to increase the longevity of your career. Not necessarily now. It's the competition's really good, but yeah, for me to go to Europe, I reckon that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and you already said that you're like 53% Scottish, so you can come play for us.
Yeah, well, it would have to take me 5 years though, because I got no passport. But
you not got like a granddad or that from Scotland?
No, one generation too far away.
Oh, that one. Yeah, we'd have to wait for a while then.
yeah.
Obviously, you dwelled on it there now with all the centre pairings potential at Chiefs and the All Blacks. Who is your dream centre partner, past and present? So you've got you and someone.
That's a really good question, actually. That is tough. I love Simon Krivy and the way he plays. Just his skill set, and like he's big man. He can use his feet, like he's good on his feet, but he can also break tackles, and it looks like he's got a pretty good distribution game. And yeah, I reckon whether it be 12 or 13, playing outside him would be pretty fun, running off his shoulder. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, good choice. And your past?
My past, as in someone from the past, or like that I have played with already?
No, someone someone from the past.
Oh, right, mate. Martin Anu. I just always grew up watching him play, and kind of seen him develop from probably a one-dimensional player to a guy that was just dominating every kind of facet of the game, whether there's putting in attacking kicks or beating defenders with his feet or bumping them off or offloads. I was pretty impressive to watch. So
yeah, Matt is an absolute freak of nature. I loved watching him as well. There is one name I will throw out there, but it's a bit biased because we have had him on the show and he was a Chiefs man. Richard Kahui.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. How would the dynamic work? Do you reckon he would play outside or play inside?
What are you more comfortable in?
Well, I'm probably at the moment just because I've been playing as 13, but I always like playing 12 because I feel as though I could like put people on the outside and things like that. So
yeah,
well,
from what I've seen of you, I'll put you at 12 and I'll put Richie at 13. Yeah. But if you're picking Mata, you're 13 and Mata's 12.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I've actually met him a couple of times, Richard Kahui, and we talk about mana, like he's just got like an aura about him, like what he's done. I guess, and for having played for the Chiefs as well, he's a bit of a legend back home in Hamilton. So that'd be pretty cool. But shame he's played his last game, I think. But
I felt a bit sad when I first read that he retired. I was like, so glad I finally got to speak to him. Yeah. And after I spoke to him, I was like, how did I do? And he was like, oh mate, you were fine. I was like, you are aware who you are though. He's like, I'm just he's like very humble. It was very bizarre, but amazing.
That's a New Zealand thing, I guess. Try to be humble.
Oh, you're all amazing. Everyone I've spoke to is just genuinely down to earth and real. This is like a real interview. None of this. Right, say this. The club wants you. Like none of that.
Yeah. I don't like all that PC crap.
Because there's only so many times you've had a different question. It's all the same questions, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I was surprised by that one because they're often always the same ones.
Yeah. No, I like to stay away from it all, and again, like to get to know the guests.
Yeah.
Because if I wanted just the normal ones, I'd just look up an interview.
Yeah.
Simple as that, right? You won the Mitre 10 with Tasman. How important is it to win the Mitre 10? Because we don't really have anything like that over here. Like, we do have like the national leagues.
Yeah.
But it's all amateur level. I know that Mitre 10 is special over there.
Yeah. I guess how do you kind of say it so people understand? So I guess before Super Rugby became a competition, so that was back in 1996. It was all just NPC. So that's national provincial competition or championship or whatever we call it. So that was like Auckland, Canterbury, Wellington. So that was always like for generations. That was the competition. Like you play for the All Blacks and then you play provincial. And then I guess just until recently, 25 odd years ago when Super did come in, that's kind of taken over from being like the more professional part of it. But we do play Super, but then if you don't make the All Blacks, everyone just goes back and plays Mitre 10 Cup. So I guess like it's like more like of a homely thing. So it's like it's more small town. It's like for a lot of the boys, it's where they're from or where they grew up. So I guess that kind of more that passion for that region seeps through a little bit more, rather than kind of a whole group of guys from a massive region coming together. Which doesn't mean that Super, like we don't play with the same amount of passion, but like that kind of like that real homely feeling and kind of probably a bit more tight knit. I'd say it's quite hard to explain, but yeah.
No, I think I get what you mean. One of our co-hosts, Harvey, big Mitre 10 fan, says it's probably the most underrated competition in world rugby. He wants it to be higher than Super Rugby, and then use Super Rugby as just like a round off of the season. So like Alex did really well for Tasman.
Yeah.
He gets to represent Chiefs for this little block. Yeah. He wants the NPC to be the main focal point, and then you get in a better player pool as well for selections.
I can see how that would work really, really well. And that would be pretty awesome. And I know what you mean, like kind of go on to higher honours, like play provincial, go play Super, then it all flows in. But they did actually talk about, there's lots of chat about different competitions and stuff when COVID hit the first time. And that was actually one of them, like, mate, NBC, the focal point. I'm pretty sure it was. Mate, they're the focal point. So all the All Blacks are playing. So the level is just going to get better. And then everything flows on from that. So maybe one day, it seems like there's a bit of chat around competitions and bloody Australia's pulling out of Super Rugby and whatnot. So we may well see a change in format or something like that in the near future.
So where's Australia going to go then?
Well, I don't know. There's just been kind of rumours, and I saw something on the media. Maybe they're going to go play with South Africa or just do their own comp and have it like the NRL, so like rugby league. Like they just have all the teams in Australia and just really put money into it to grow rugby and rugby union in Australia.
I'm not actually against that. But the second part, we don't need more teams for the URC. I love the URC, the Edinburgh and Glasgow and all that's in with the South African boys. But at what point do you start? That's too much travel.
So maybe it is. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it is just in Australia.
I do like that, like an all Australian league, even like an all New Zealand league as well. I really like that idea.
Because rugby union in Australia like struggles. If you haven't been there and experienced like kind of the Australian rules culture and NRL rugby league culture, you don't know how much of a minority rugby union in Australia is to those other sports. So they do need help like recruiting players and keeping players in rugby union. Excuse me. Because all the union boys there, all the league boys, most of them play union like at high school, and then they get scoped off to play NRL. So yeah,
it's a strange one, but hopefully, however it comes about, it gets sorted. Because I just want every country to do well in clubs, and then again, you've got a stronger pool for the national team, which grows that as well. So yeah,
exactly, mate.
This is a weird fan question. Now, I hope you understand this. This is from _Chris_Whiteley. Favorite cruiser to Walrus?
This is my best mate from school. Lime Chris. Do you know what cruisers are?
No.
No, so like a cruise is like a vodka RTD, ready to drink. You probably understand there's quite a big binge drinking culture in New Zealand. So the boys show off and do tricks where they make the liquids spiral, and then they do 2 bottles, and that's what a Walrus is, two bottles at the one time.
Oh, because you look like right, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
like Walrus.
Yeah.
So
what's your favorite drink for a Walrus then?
Definitely lime. Just easy, goes down easy as. Not too sweet.
Fair enough. There's another one, and I feel like this person knows you as well. It's from Lockie_Finch. Can we be mates, Nankies?
Yeah. Yeah, I know Lockie. He's a good man. I thought we already were mates, but might not be.
Who knows? Right, I'm just going to hammer home with these ones because, again, this feels very specific to you as a person. So Jake Frost 607 asked, "Are you truly related to Jimmy James Dawson?"
Yes, I am. That is my mum's cousin's son.
I don't know who that is. So.
Oh no, it's just a person. It would just be a person from. It's James Dawson is my second cousin. He lives in New Zealand. I think he's 16, 17. So probably just be a young kid asking the question. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I thought I'd get all the personal ones out of the way because I was like, these are very, very specific.
Yeah.
I've lost my train of thought now just because of all the personal questions. There we go. Kyra_Smith1 asked, "Who inspired you to start playing, and did you have to work hard to get where you are now?"
Who inspired me? I think like growing up in Christchurch, watching the Crusaders a lot, going to games and stuff was definitely Dan Carter. I reckon he's the GOAT. In terms of like a all-round player, he would be my best of all time. But he probably inspired me to kind of push myself, and he would come into school and stuff and do like skills trainings, or just come and they'd be training and you'd just watch him. And I guess kind of for me it was like, I want to be like that guy when I'm older, and I want to play for the All Blacks and play professional rugby. So I would always be, we lived just down the road from where they trained at Rugby Park in Christchurch. So I lived about 2 blocks over. So I'd be down in the fields most weeks kicking, or with the old man or with my mates. So yeah, definitely Dan Carter. And then did I have to work hard? I think you always got to work hard. Like if there's any players that can say they probably might not have had to work hard, not saying that he didn't, was probably like Rico Ioane or someone that's just amazingly talented and athletic. But I'm probably pretty lucky. I got pretty good genetics. Like my mum's runs every morning. She does half marathons, and dad's used to be like Auckland high jump champ and triple jump champ. Played a lot of rugby as well. So I used to do athletics when I was growing up, so that probably helped a little bit. But it probably wasn't until I took it for granted, like the work ethic kind of thing, until I probably left school. I got a contract first year out of school to play for Tasman. And so it kind of been handed to me pretty easily. And then I actually realized, like, shit, like I'm not up to standard here. Like probably my skinny's a bit too high. I'm not fit enough. I'm not prepared for the speed of the game. I'm not explosive enough. So probably from when I missed out at under 20s, 2016, probably not even up, probably up until last year, like just seeing people work that I played with, and then knowing that myself that I'm not there, and that I've been given this awesome opportunity. They've actually got to work bloody hard, whether it be in the off season or just doing extras, and yeah. So yeah, you do have to work really hard.
That's fair. And because like you said, it's not gifted to you, and I do like the fact that Carter was your inspiration, because big inspiration to mine. Like that's my son's mate because of that.
That's cool. He's the man, eh? He is the man.
He is, and he's got like a little All Blacks jersey that says Carter 10 on it. Now that was we've seen it as a custom jersey, but when we ordered it, I feel like the All Black shop just went, that's not a special jersey to make. That's quite common.
Yeah. Potentially.
Probably they just went, yeah.
It'll be special to him.
Oh yeah, it's very special. We got it shipped across from New Zealand, so because for some reason you can get adult All Blacks jerseys here, but it was very difficult to get like toddler ones.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
Going back to the Mitre 10 quickly, when you won it, there was a lot of very noticeable names in that team. Could you rattle off some for the UK viewers that might not know exactly who plays where?
Yeah, okay. Finlay Christie, Mitch Hunt, David Havili, Will Jordan, Lester Whaimanuku. That was pretty much our backline. For Tuli Pai, plays for the Highlanders, Levi Amua. And then we've got Jordan Tofua, Liam Squire, Hugh Roach used to play for the Waratahs, won a Super Rugby title, Andrew Makaleo, Wyatt Crockett, Tyrell Lomax, Putty Parkinson, Quinton Strange, Sione Arvili plays for the Crusaders. Who else is there? Jeez. I feel like I'm going to embarrass myself if I don't get them all out.
You've name dropped so many already.
Yeah, it was a crazy team, man.
That's insane. No wonder you just won it. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think the cool thing was, though, like a lot of us had been there from 2016, and then a few, and earlier, and then a few had kind of come earlier and then come back, like Geordie Tofua. So like, it was a pretty awesome team to be a part of, because we had built from 2016, been to the finals, been to the semis. Like, knew we had the squad to do it, but we hadn't quite done it. And then guys were kind of coming on the come up, like Lester, Will Jordan, who had probably the last year, his breakout year was 2018. Quinton Strange, like all these kind of young guys that were kind of coming into their own a little bit. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you named Finlay Christie because he is Scottish.
Yeah, it's from Aberdeen, mate.
No, he's not. He's from Peebles.
I was born in Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
We went to school there, same.
I always call him the one that got away.
Yeah, well, he almost went back, just quietly.
Yeah, but he's an All Black now, so we can't use him. We'll have to wait.
Oh well, he might come over there.
I think that's a bit that angered me was, like, he is Scottish born, so he didn't have to wait 5 years of that, and he was on fire for the Blues, and everyone over here is like, call him up, and then I don't think we had a tour, and the All Blacks did, or had a few games, so they went, Finlay Christie, I was like, damn it!
Bugger, yeah.
Oh well, what could have been?
I reckon he's like purely off performance this year, being the best halfback in New Zealand, well, I believe. So,
yeah, that's fair.
It's unreal, and I've known him for a long time. We're all good mates too, and he like just the same. Like seeing what he put in to see where he got to now is pretty cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, so, it does sound amazing, and again, they generally seem very down to earth guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Now it is time to get to know Alex Nankivell. So this is more just personal questions. This is really nothing to do with rugby. So, what is your favourite post-match drink?
Spates. It's Spates is a beer here.
Yeah, the Highlanders have it on their jerseys, do they not? Yeah.
Yeah. So we that's our go-to drink in Tassie, Tasman. The boys love it there. So drunk a few of them over the past 7 seasons I've been there. So definitely a cold Spates, mate.
Fair enough. And if you're going out on the socials, what's your go-to drink, or do you just stick to the Spates?
Yeah, I'll probably start on this. If I was fresh, like it's hard post game because you finish at like 10:30 p.m. So you got like a short window to get a bit of a glow on. But yeah, definitely start on the Spates Summits. That's the lighter version of the Spates, and then maybe pineapple Malibu. Dab in a few of those, so they're pretty tasty.
Fair enough. And then then about 1:30 in the morning, the Walrus comes out.
Yeah, that's when the Walrus comes out. Sometimes it comes out early doors when someone, but yeah, try to save it for a bit later on.
Fair enough. Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I do. I've got the Tasman Marco emblem on my right bum cheek. And I've got my brother who passed away on my left arm. They're just small. We probably can't see it, but yeah.
That's fine. I love that though, especially the placement for the Tasman logo. But
yeah, it's like a tradition down there. It was on meant to be at top of your right hip, like kind of on your moving onto your bum. But yeah. I don't know, for some reason I got it more central, and then the boys are getting it all over the show now.
So long as it's there, fair enough.
Yeah, 100%.
What's your favourite film?
Favourite film? That's a good one. I've actually probably got into the Harry Potters as I've gotten older. Probably didn't appreciate them as much when I was a younger kid, and like they were coming out when I was growing up, and like just rewatching them back, it's pretty cool. So yeah, Harry Potter.
Yeah, solid choice. Favorite song and style of music?
I'm pretty style's pretty broad, to be honest. I like Catch a Fire. Like Dad he's the same. Used to listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Catch a Fire's like a small reggae band in New Zealand. Had like the CDs. When we go on road trips, he'd plug them in and just would go through the whole album. So I definitely say Catch a Fire. Probably Bounce. The song's called Bounce by Catch a Fire. I don't know if many of your viewers would know them, but yeah. But I'd listen to anything like for the game. I listen to drum and bass and that kind of bit of energy stuff. But yeah, anything really.
That's fair enough, and I'll try and give that song a listen.
If you can remember.
Strength and conditioning or cardio?
Strength and conditioning, 100%.
Yes. See, we've had this the last few weeks. Everyone's saying cardio nowadays.
Nah. See, I think with me is my my lower back's like no good. Like my erectus spinus or whatever they're called, like the back muscles that run down the bottom.
Yeah.
They're like way too overdeveloped. So they act as like my stabilizer for my kind of my core area. So rather than my core doing it, my back does. So when I do straight line running, my back just spasms. Like it's just like I dread going for running blocks because I just get back spasms or just seize up. So that's probably the only reason.
No, that's fair. I think I must have something to do with I keep getting back injuries out of nothing. So
yeah.
I like tweaked my back a few months ago. I was out for 6 weeks, and it's just happened this week again.
Yeah,
like sitting on the couch, sharp shooting pain down the left side of my back, and yeah, not fun.
Yeah, that's not fun. They're no good. Backs are no good.
No, and it's so weird how delicate the back actually is. You don't realise how delicate they are.
Yeah, 100%.
Favorite hobby away from rugby?
That's a good one. I would have said golf at the start of the year, but because of my back, I haven't really played too much, to be honest. I love going to the cafe and having coffee and pretty much just chilling out, playing a few cards and whatnot. But not too much, eh? I've tried to last year I was doing like heaps of study and stuff with my rugby, but then it kind of got a bit too much. So this year it's just been nice to come home from training and just chill out and hang out with mates.
Yeah,
go for feed.
What were you studying?
I was studying finance.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but got to probably pushed it too far in depth that I don't really want to know necessarily the detail. I just want to know the interpretation of it. So
that's fair. What was your worst subject at school?
probably science. Science is physics or chemistry. Didn't really like them. I was always good at maths. I was really good at maths. Like did calculus and got pretty good grades, and then PE as well. But actually English. Can't write. Like just attention. Like my attention span. If I'm reading a book, like I'll just start thinking about something else. So I was never able to like read and then write down stuff like that.
See, I got in trouble for maths because my teacher always wanted us to write, like, show our workings out.
Yeah.
I couldn't show you how I got the answer, but I knew the answer.
Oh yeah. Is that because you use the calculator?
No. I was really good at just mental maths. Like they put a sum up, and I could read it and be like, the answer's 9, and they're like, how did you know the answer's 9? Oh, I don't know. I just know it's 9. I can't tell you how I know it. I just know it. So my grades dip because you have to show your working.
Yeah, I guess that was me in English. Like I could explain something quite well, but I can't write it down. And the way they want you to write it anyway. But like with maths, I love like the process of like doing every step and then writing it down and to get the answer.
No, I didn't like it. I tried to be like, right, I obviously know how it works.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I went like this with a bit of pen and paper, I was like, I don't know how to explain how I got the answer. I just know the answer.
You must
Take my word for it. What is your worst pet peeve?
When people burp, like out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I don't find farting an issue or anything, but for some reason when you burp, like, it feels like you can just kind of like when I burp, I'll try and burp like in my mouth and then so it's not like an effect on anyone else, but just people that burp out loud.
No, that's fair. It can be pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Smokers that blow it in your face. It's like they hold it until you're in line with them, and then they blow it out. I hate that.
Yeah, I don't really spend too much time around people that like smoke cigarettes. So yeah, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It smells like good.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Work hard or play hard?
Don't like getting up in the morning.
Yeah, fair. I'm the same.
Was that on? Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Play hard.
Favorite pizza topping?
Cheese.
Just cheese.
Well, tomato base, pepperoni, and cheese.
Oh, pepperoni. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, pepperoni.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah, I reckon.
No, Alex, you were doing so well.
We're in New Zealand, remember, mate? Well, because we have like a Hawaiian pizza over here, and it's like that was like the staple birthday parties growing up. When you got Pizza Hut, you'll get a meat lovers and Hawaiian pizza, and then you'd all share it. You know, delicious.
We've got Hawaiian over here. Just don't do it. Actually, there's another one. I've discovered this a few weeks ago. Do you put pineapple on hamburgers?
I wouldn't personally order a burger with a pineapple in it, but yes, I've seen burgers over here with pineapple in them. Yeah.
Oh no.
Not up to me. It's not up to me.
Yeah, no, it's just so weird. I got told about it, and it hasn't fully sunk in with my brain yet, because it's just never even thought of over here. So no.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
That's all good. Final question: Tasman or Chiefs?
Oh, that's a tough year. I don't know. I'll probably have to say Tasman purely because I'd spent a lot of my rugby development there. Like I went there when I was 18 as a guy. Like, well, I look back today and be like, holy heck, he's out of his depth. To probably someone that has changed a lot, matured a lot, and grown up as a rugby player and as a person. It's kind of the first time I got there. So I guess a lot of the people there have had the same influence in terms of that development in my life. Like a lot of my really good mates are there that we've spent playing 7-8 years of minor 10 cup together. Whereas I only went to the Chiefs a bit later, and then kind of a lot of guys moved out that year and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And usually people try and avoid this team or that team, but no, you do straight in, and yeah, you've absolutely crushed it.
Hey, thanks, mate. Well, you've asked me the question, so I feel as though I've got to give you the answer.
No, that's fair. I just write them down. You could be very bland and just be like, what got you to rugby? My dad, and then like move on next, and then nothing. I like the stories though, so thank you for that, and hopefully we will get to see you in the famous Maori jersey when Ireland are over in a few weeks.
Fingers crossed. We're going to camp tomorrow actually, so I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm still a bit cooked from our do though we had after we lost the Crusaders, but I mean a few Panadol and some nasal spray will get me through for the first few days so I can recover a bit. But I'm looking forward to it.
You mean these Crusaders? Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, those ones, mate. Yeah. Cheeky bastard.
We'll sign off on that. Alex, honestly, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute blast getting to chat with you, and all the best for the remainder of your season.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on. Had a good laugh with you, so thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's been class. This has been the final whistle with Alex Nankivell. We'll see you next time.